What's up, guys? Vinny from Stock Facts. What a ridiculous day in the market and after hours too, man. Oh my God! If you're holding AMC, Express, Genius, Nokia, BlackBerry, GameStop, or Costs, oh my God! And I'm holding all of them, honestly. Skyrocketed up, and now just after Wall Street Bets just closed their subreddit. Oh man. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the stocks I'm looking at for tomorrow's watch list. With all of these that you see here, I put at the top, make sure you check the volume on all of these. This should be an everyday thing and an every stock thing. Check the average volume and see where the current volume is. If the volume is above the average, that's a good sign that for a run, for staying in the green. If it's below, not the best sign. Of course, that's not the only variable, but it's definitely something to pay attention to. Let's check out the first one, ticker symbol SENS, Sensonics. As we see here, this blue line is the offering they did on the 21st. The next day, it went down around 4.5%. Then after that, another day down and almost 4%. And it looks like it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Where was it today? It was down another 11% and then another 6.7% here in the after hours. I'm wondering if this Wall Street Bet closing down their form is affecting other stocks too, where people are just panic selling everything. But this looks like hopefully after it had that big run up and then did the offering, this still is definitely one of the stocks that people are paying attention to. The volume is very high on this, 60 million shares. So definitely put this on the watch list. Keep an eye on it. Next one, ticker symbol PGEN. Got here, it ran up for several days all the way back into even November, December. And now it is trending down a bit, but holding steady with some green days, which is a very good sign. A sign that it's going to hopefully reverse. You know, we're not seeing straight down red. You know, there's people fighting back, buying in. So today it was up 14%, and then in the after hours was zeroed out. I think this is one of the stocks that doesn't trade in the after hours. As you see here, I have a position in this right over here. So definitely keep this one on the watch list. Keep an eye on it. Jump on to the next one, ticker symbol PTN, Palatine Tech. Big run up, some sideways consolidation, another big run up, and then now it's been down the past 4 or 5 days, which looks bad, but this is actually one of the charts that I love finding, because after that 4 or 5 day rundown, it's definitely due for a green one. And one of the things here that we're actually going to see in some of the other stocks coming up, this was red today during the day around 12.3%, but then in the after hours, it's up 2.62. That's another thing to keep an eye on. When a stock is red during the day and then jumps up in the after hours, that's usually, not all the time, a good sign. Up. Had several green days, big jumps, 92% jump, 39% jump, and now it's been going sideways. Day, it was red during the day, around 7.6%, and then in the after hours, a little bit of red, 0.48. But this is a good sign, some sideways consolidation. Hopefully it's going to pop up. As you see here, which I forgot to mention in the beginning, I follow the indicator that I use is the PSAR, which spots reversals and trends. Now, of course, you don't want to only use one indicator, but this is one that I do like to use. Hopefully this doesn't start a downtrend. As you see here, we have one at the top, which this usually points out that, you know, when you see one of these dots on the PSR indicator, it's also used as good entry and exit points. So I feel, though, that this stock, because it's high on volume, like today I had 117 million shares traded, that it's not going to trend down, that it's going to pop back up. But like I said, these watch lists are not just stocks that you keep an eye on for the next day, but you want to keep an eye on for the next few days, the next week, meaning that we try and get in at the beginning of the run when it's going to turn. We're not trying to grab onto coattails just to get one green day. We're trying to get in to get several green days. The next one is ticker symbol MKD, Molecular Data Inc. I think I spelled it wrong over here. Definitely did. Here it had a very big green day, 72% back on January 22nd. The day after that, it fell 9%. The day after that, which was the 26th, fell another 10. And then today was red during the day. And here's the thing we're looking for. And then in the after hours has popped up 10.34%. So very good sign. This is going to be a runner. If not tomorrow, definitely coming up. Well, being that tomorrow is Thursday, Friday is usually a day that I don't like to have a lot of positions, of course, because it is a very big sell-off day. And with the way things have been going, especially today where the VIX, as you see, I put it down at the bottom over here, was up 61%, which is massive. The last time it was up anywhere near there was, I believe, in June and then back in March. And it wasn't even at 61. It was in the 40s. The last time it was up near 61 or over was back in 2018, and that was one of the days that the market crashed. So this is definitely not a good sign. There is crazy volatility in the market today where like most of the stocks were down, but then you had a pretty big handful of stocks that were just like murdering the market, which is, it was a surreal day. Let's take a look at the next one, ticker symbol NXTD. Back in the beginning of December, 89%. 54%, and then it jumped down, and we've had some sideways consolidation and then a little bit of a drop off since then. Back on the 22nd, we had another jump up of 13%, and then it came back down. This is another one of the charts I like looking at where it's trending down, and then it pops back up, and then it pops back down a little bit, where we see here on the 26th, it was up 4%, and then today it was down 8.2%. This may have a little bit more of red days to go, but like I said, we want to get in at the beginning, at the bottom. We want to keep an eye on these. I'll keep repeating it. These are not stocks that are necessarily going to jump the next day. These are ones to watch, so we get in at the beginning. The last one we have on this watch list is ticker symbol INOV, which is a holding company. Huge big runoff here in January. Several green days in a row. What do we have? 4%, 13%, 1%, and then we got some sideways consolidation here. Oh, this is the one where I marked volume, because remember I was looking at these bars expecting them to be very big, and they're not. The biggest one here out of all this is 13%, and that's because when this was going up, it was trading in the millions as far as shares, and then it's dropped down into the six figures, which is why I marked VOL, which reminded me to put this up here, check volume, because this even tricked me where I was like, oh, this is something that looks like it's going to run big. It may not, because like I said, today it was trading at 733,000 shares, which is, nothing to double take at, but you never know. It could jump back up into the millions of shares traded, and that means people are paying attention to it. Volatility is increasing, which, when you're trying to make a day trade or a swing trade, volatility is definitely your friend, because that means opportunity. Let's jump over to the bottom list over here, where I have is something I like to look at is offerings, because usually on offerings, the price drops and then it pops back up. It's dropping because people associate offerings with the price going down and dilution, even though most of the time, and especially lately with the markets going up, being at all-time highs, lots of companies are doing offerings. They're cashing in, and they want to use their money to reinvest back into the company, which is exactly what we want. This first one over here, GEVO, their offering closed 2 days ago. This was the stock that the president tweeted out congratulations, I believe, to the CEO, and then it jumped on that day. It jumped 72%, which was on the 19th. 21% drop after that big one. People sold off, got some profits. 7% jump 2 days after the big one. 13% jump, 25% jump. A little bit more movement than I thought. And then on the 26th, went down 4%, and then today down 7%, and then the after hours down 3%. But this one's trading very high volume, 48 million shares. The next one in the offering section is ticker symbol LPCN, Liposine. We had on the 20th a pretty decent day, 17% run up, and then it went down a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of trend, little bit sideways, kind of up and down, little M&M type thing. Today was in the red 2.53%. In the after hours, 1.55%. Volume is pretty decent on this, almost 18 million shares today. So definitely keep an eye on this. Not too crazy, great, or bad of a chart, kind of in the middle. But this is definitely one I'm keeping an eye on. Another one, ticker symbol PLUG, Plug Power, extremely popular stock. Had several days running up back in the beginning of the month, 35%, 13%, 5%, and then it's been trading sideways, consolidating. They had their offering on the 26th, which was right here. They were actually up that day, which means they probably announced it later on towards in the middle of the day or towards the end of the day. And then today they were down 11.97%, and then in the after hours down another 1.4. So this may continue to drop a little bit, or today might be the only red day drop because the stock is that popular. Let's take a look at the next one, TRXC, ticker symbol TRXC. My virus alert popping up, ruining my mojo over here. We got, okay, some pretty good run-ups dating back to beginning of the month. 87% jump, 28% jump, 8%, 14%. On January 19th, 68% jump. Next day, barely a red day, 0.5%. And then we had a 6% red day on January 21st, 14% green day on January 22nd. And then some small green days on the 25th, 1.89%. 4.50 red day on the 26th. And then today, an 18% red day, and then in the after hours jumped up barely, 0.34. But because this is one of the more popular stocks that's been in the past few weeks, or actually just even the past week, 70 million shares traded today. Good volume, keeping it on the watch list. Had the offering on the 26th, which was, let's see, that was a red day. Today another red day. So this one may continue to go down or may jump up, which is why it's on the watch list, because with offerings it could go either way. Last one on the list, ticker symbol COMS, Com Sovereign Holding. And then today they were down 1%. Volume's okay, 1.8 million shares. But their offering, they announced their offering closed today. So anytime people see that an offering is officially closed, they may get in. So, like I said, keeping it on the watch list. Simplistic video, that's what we do here. Pay attention to the fact that the VIX was up very high today. Volatility was just ridiculous. I'm scared to go even check my phone right now and see where my account is at. I was up very big earlier before, and I decided to keep everything going in tomorrow, being that it was Thursday. I hope you guys did really well. I really hope you guys made a pretty penny today. So please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave some comments. I will engage with you guys. You want to critique my style. I know that these are not the best edited or most articulate videos in the world. I'm just looking to give you guys some ticker symbols for the watch list. So have a good night. Please leave a thumbs up and a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.